Hey folks, how's this going today out there? Axel's back with another show. And I got a question. I just don't know how brokers and their agents are so negligent to the fact that they are allowing double brokering and fraud at huge levels to occur in the trucking industry. And in particular, the expedite side, because, you know, there's a low barrier entry point. It's very easy to get into the cargo and sprinter van business. And a lot of these frauds and criminal organizations got so many MC numbers and DOT numbers that they're just, I mean, I told you the other day, I got a list. It's got 2,000 double brokered loads on it. They've combined about 49% they skimmed off in 3 months, 789,000 that they have stolen from carriers. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm going to explain to you what double brokering is real quick. Because trust me, a lot of these professionals in the street, I don't even think they know what it is, or they just don't give a damn. So why don't we cover it real quick, a couple quick slides. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a load that came from RXO. It was double brokered to a veteran carrier. And I know this veteran carrier very well. So let's cover what double brokering is first. So what is double brokering in trucking? Double brokering happens when a freight broker or carrier takes a load and illegally reassigns it to another carrier without the shipper's or broker's knowledge or permission. This double brokering can happen two ways. So double brokering trucking. So the first way can be the broker gives to the carrier, and that dirty carrier gives to another carrier. And it could be a dirty carrier or a good carrier, but it goes broker, carrier, carrier. The second way happens broker to carrier. And let me explain something to you. I don't care if it's the broker, the carrier, the first carrier, the second carrier, the first or second broker. They can be straight-laced or they can be dirty. So this helps compound the problem because a lot of these frauds are dealing with other frauds. Key point, both setups are considered double brokering because the load is being reassigned without authorization, creating risk of non-payment, cargo theft, and liability issues. So let's move right along. So on this list that I have, and I'm going to tell you now, a lot of the loads originated from RXO NLM LLC. So this load was 3 pieces, 1,400 pounds, and it says cargo/small sprinters, I think what it says. But either way, it's a small unit. So the load went from TRW Canada, Far Texas, to Chicago AS. I don't know, it gets cut off because these frauds don't even make their spreadsheets correctly and make the boxes big enough. But Far Texas to Chicago, Illinois. Now, this load is 1,429 miles. Now, for the people who are in the industry, they always like to know what the miles are on these loads and how much to charge per mile. So this carrier bid 92 cents. They got $1,315 for the 1,429 miles. Now, I'm not going to say this is good or bad because I know what's going on, but I'm going to tell him, you better push this stuff up over $1, my friends. I don't want to see no more of this 92 cents. You can do better than this. I know you can do better than this. And I hope that when I show you who it is, I hope he decides to give RXO a call and ask him, where's the rest of my damn money? Where's the rest of my money? So even though he bid, because RXO gave it to a very fraudulent company, and this fraudulent company, it's going to come out. Some people kind of know, I've kind of leaked a little bit, but we're finding all kinds of stuff. Multiple authorities, PPP and EIDL fraud. And like I said, one, the trucking company was defunct in 2016. So explain to me how they got this EIDL money during COVID, 100. These guys are committing criminal acts all the way around. Anything you can think of. So let's move along. So if we analyze this load now, the amount taken out from the load, and I'm going to show you, was $551.54. The actual total pay on this load was $1,866.54. So these frauds skimmed 29.55%. So it says so about 29.6%. I want you to understand something. If the frauds, first of all, the broker takes his cut. He takes a percentage. He's going to take easy 15 to 20%. Now these guys, and you're not going to see because they gave it for 1866, but you don't know what the broker had on top of it. But then they gave it to these frauds and they take another 29.55 or 29.6%. Okay. Now this carrier, he has to take out his percent and then pay his driver. And whether the driver is one of the company drivers or if it's a lease on. So let's say you got almost 30% here. Broker is going to take, let's say, we'll be nice. We'll say 15%. That's 45%. Now the carrier is going to take easily 20%. We got 65% before it even hits a driver or a leased on owner operator. It's very basic math. So who is the carrier in question that got scammed? Let me show you. Paxton Expedited out of Ohio. He tries to run a straight organization. His vans are always set up tippity top. He'll usually have the AC units, the heaters, they're clean. He's done a lot of videos on showing the strapping. I've known him for many years. We didn't get along in the beginning. I try to work with some of the veteran guys if they're on the team to help stop the fraud and expose these crooks. Let me fix this camera. There's always a problem with the camera. It's always the lighting. Give me 1 second here. Boom, and then we're gonna go, how about that? Tweak it just a little bit. All right, so my friend Alan, can I call you friend? You owe me for this one. These guys scammed you. They literally scammed you, and they're doing it to everybody. So this is a veteran carrier here, and he got scammed. Now, not everyone has access to what I have, and they don't have the informants, and they don't put in the time. But for all you guys in the expedite community, in the cargo and sprinter vans, Axel is here. All you have to do is do your part. This means taking photos, videos, keeping a 360 swivel of your noggin on your head with your eyeballs and your brain, and learn from the people who do know what's going on. BOLs, emails, text messages. I strongly suggest you, when you're dealing with these brokers and their agents, to have everything in the emails. Document everything. Do not erase anything. Save everything. And another hot tip for you. When you go to pick up the load, especially if you have your own authority, what I would do, and I would do it on both ends, just in case, I would ask this customer, the broker or the receiver, can you please tell me who the broker is on this load that you're contracted with? Let me know. Because if you got the load and your paperwork says another company or another broker, and this shipper or this customer told you otherwise, there's an issue. There's an issue. Trust me, there'll be an issue. And if you see there's a difference in names or companies, ask them, can you please give me some documentation showing that this is who you gave the load to? And then it's going to be very easy to expose these crooks and these frauds. And hopefully, as we document more and more, and these analysis reports get sent to Homeland Security, FBI, and FMCSA, that many of these people will start getting prosecuted. Hopefully, their bank accounts will be frozen. They'll start seizing assets, and we'll put them out. They have to go. We do not want these criminal organizations or these crooks in the industry. And trust me, a lot of them know who I am, and they know I'm not going to give up. In fact, I'm turning up the heat. So let's show you the load, because this came off that sheet. Okay, so I clipped it out, and you'll see there, Paxton Expedite Services. And you see here, Mr. Allen, the owner, he doesn't look very happy about this now. He wants to know what's going on. So he got $1,315 from this load. And in the middle there, because that's the column of what these scammers skimmed off the load, $551.54. So RXO, and I hope you're watching RXO, you have a lot of these loads that are double brokered. So do you not use the vetting platforms? Do you not know how to be a broker correctly to protect the trucking industry and the fraud that is occurring? Obviously not. Obviously not. No one's reached out to me from your company to say, what can we do? How can we help? Because honestly, It's a decent price that was paid on the load. You just gave it to crooks. You gave it to crooks, and they literally double brokered it, didn't even do anything with the load, and they scammed and skimmed $551 from a carrier who pays for his vans, his maintenance, his drivers, the upkeep, the insurance, and everything else. But if you, as a large corporation, don't give a damn, then we don't give a damn, right? If you don't work with the good guys to stop the fraud, and I say it all the time, it would be very easy to stop a lot of this fraud, because as these people are exposed, you simply just block them, turn them off, and tell them to kick rocks. And then you go and work with the good carriers who are doing the right thing, that don't have multiple authorities, they have all their vehicles on their insurance, they have, say, the E-Tracks, the straps, the PPE, they have everything to do a professional job with a professional look. So, Alan, you're not a member of my channel yet. I haven't seen you become a member of my channel yet. In fact, a lot of drivers and a lot of the expedite carriers, I don't see enough support from you. So I'd like to see some more support, because Axel's working very hard back here. Not everyone gets my information. I get stuff all day, every day. I have so much stuff. Somehow, if we can get this, I don't know. I need a bigger team. I need people where I can teach them and show them, you do this, you do that, and you do this. And then boom, we're gonna come like a tidal wave. So, brokers, I'd appreciate it if you stop at your local Starbucks, like a lot of you do, or, you know, Scooter's Coffee or whatever heck it's called. Get yourself a nice coffee. I want you to think long and hard. What am I doing to help this industry out? Because, see, if you chop out a lot of these frauds, the rates will go up for everybody, including yourselves. Because the shippers, because a lot of you like to cry and say, oh, it's the shippers, it's shippers, shippers. Yeah, okay, whatever. It's a combination of a lot of stuff. The prices, the rates, they'll go up for everybody from bottom to top and top to bottom. So, I don't know. But you need to start rooting out some of your dirty agents too, because I believe a lot of your brokerages have very corrupt and dirty agents. In fact, this list, when the guy sent me the list, he said 2 of his dispatchers came from another company that also double brokers, and I've exposed them also before, and they're another huge, huge criminal organization. So that's it for the show today. Alan, when you get the video, you know my number. And if I were you, I would call RXO on the side. I'll give you the information. I think I have the BOL number as well. And I would call them up, because you were the carrier on this load and you should be entitled to the full amount, not allowing these frauds to skim off the top of you. So you guys leave your comments. Let me know what you think. But let me get started working on the next video. And for all my other guys that are over there on TikTok, I'll be over there to see you guys as well. Hope you all have a lovely day. This has been Axel. And for you frauds, man, you don't know. There's some good stuff coming. You guys, I hope the bracelets come for you. I'd like to be there. If the day I get the message that you guys have gotten picked up, or you got a court date, I'm going to make sure I'm there. I want to get the footage. I really want to get the footage. So I'm Axel. I'll catch you guys in the next one.